We all have someone we look up to, admire, and respect. They pick us up when we're down and push us to the limit when we want to throw in the towel. They always answer your call for help, especially when life gets overwhelming. For me, that person is my older brother, John. In my eyes, he's the most courageous and bravest person I know. He also has a fierce appetite for anything competitive. So when I challenged him to do a marathon with me, he didn't hesitate. But what we didn't know is that it would end up saving his life. Pick any day over the past 13 years, and odds are my brother John and I were either biking, swimming, or running, trying to outperform the other.
So who's more competitive, me or you?
Us.
Us.
Our head-to-head competition started back in 2007. I had just finished the Little Rock Marathon and was thirsty for another race. So I called my brother and challenged him to join me.
San Diego Rock and Roll.
You want to do it with
Either,
me?
yeah. And I think something to the effect of, hey, Stay Puff, why don't you try it?
In true Kelly fashion, he didn't hesitate.
8 weeks later, I'm on the starting line, and pretty much cursed your name the entire race because that really hurt.
3 months later, we did the Long Beach Marathon. 3 months after that, Phoenix.
Yeah, you beat me by 1 second, so you were 3-0.
2008 rolled in, and we were in the best shape of our lives and still racing. But right after finishing a half marathon, my brother's life changed forever when he noticed something in his urine.
I'm bleeding.
The next day, he went to see a urologist.
He looked at me and goes, you have transitional cell carcinoma, and it's pretty significant.
65,000 men will be diagnosed with bladder cancer this year alone. Of those, nearly 20% will die. And the average age of someone being diagnosed with it is 73. My brother was only 45.
That was shocking.
24 hours after being diagnosed, things got worse. He couldn't move his right leg and was having trouble breathing. He was rushed to the emergency room and was told he had blood clots in his leg and lungs.
The doctors are telling me at the emergency room, the clots are a bigger problem right now. Those could take you out if we don't address those right away.
He was immediately put on blood thinners and underwent surgery to remove 3 tumors in his bladder. He was also given BCG, a liquid drug that's injected into the bladder and attacks cancer cells.
I would receive those once a week, 4 weeks on end.
After 12 long and painful weeks of treatment, he went back in for a progress report. The cancer was gone.
Part of this journey has been a gift.
How so?
Well, first and foremost, you know, if you believe in God, boy, was he looking out for me.
The two of us hit the pavement again, only this time we upped the ante and started doing half Ironman races. Swimming 1.2 miles, followed by a 56-mile bike ride, and then running 13.1 miles. The brotherly competition was back on. Over the next 10 years, we did nearly a dozen half Ironmans in California, Texas, and Missouri. But then, out of nowhere,
They came back.
Are you more terrified this time than the first?
Yes.
the BCG treatments started back up again. But this time, they didn't work.
Ultimately, I become allergic to that.
Talks of removing his bladder to stop the spread of cancer and possibly save his life became more frequent and more frightening.
You have to take out these parts. It's bad. And so, yeah, did I think I was going to die? You bet.
Because he was allergic to BCG, his urologist put him on interferon, a powerful drug where proteins are injected into the body and trigger immune cells to attack and kill cancer cells. He's been getting interferon treatments every 3 months for the past 3 years. So far, it's working. And once again, he's back swimming, biking, and running.
Everybody's journey is different and unique, but it's a gift. I'm still here, I got a heartbeat.
Thanks in part to a brotherly challenge to get up and get moving.
I've said this to you repeatedly, you absolutely saved my life. You call me up and ask me to do any sort of crazy competitive thing, I'm there.
And I'm certainly happy to report that my brother received his last treatment of interferon just 3 weeks ago. So far, things do look promising, but he won't know for sure until next month. That's when his doctor will take spot biopsies in his bladder and then send them to a pathologist for a closer look. Of course, we're all praying for a clean bill of health. If you need more information on bladder cancer, including symptoms, treatments, and more, just go to fox16.com and look for my brother's story. Donna, you'll see it right there on the homepage.
And we will, of course, be sending out prayers for your brother.
Yeah.
You two are so incredibly competitive.
You think?
Now I understand, because you're competitive anyway, but
Yeah,
I can imagine the two of you together. I was going to say, I can't believe you've challenged him to another competition, but I guess I can believe it.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, why stop now, right?
Right.
But that's exactly what I did. I called him back in November of last year and said, John, it is time to up the ante yet again. And so we're going to be doing our most physically and mentally challenging race that we've ever done. We're going to do a full Ironman. That's 140.6 miles, a 2.4 mile swim. Then we hop on the bike for 112 miles, and then we run 26.2 miles. We have to complete the race in 17 hours. And the race, by the way, is this Sunday.
Right.
So, yeah.
So who's going to win?
You know, to be honest with you, I hope he does.
I hope he does too,
I
to be
really
honest
do.
with you.
I really
I'd like
do.
to see you win, but maybe you guys will come in neck and neck. How about
Another
that?
photo finish. Yeah.
That would be awesome. All right, great story, Cal.